In today's video, I'm going to present 10 actions you can start taking now that will boost your B2B sales for this quarter. Before I do though, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that little notification bell so you can be alerted to even more tips and tricks as we post them here. If you're new to the channel, just want to let you know a few things. My name's Brett Hadlock. I'm the Engagement and Content Manager for nextbee.com, the #1 engagement platform provider for companies for nearly a decade. We've helped over 300 companies engage their users and create more revenue opportunities. So, okay, without further delay, let's get started. Action number 1. The first action is probably the easiest and quickest, but it's also one of the most overlooked, and that's to ask. Ask for referrals at every opportunity, but especially from your top customers. You see, chances are they're already primed for being asked and will likely know one or two other possible clients they can introduce you to. So, tip number 1, ask. Action number 2. Our second action is very closely related to action number 1, and that's encourage employees to submit leads for new business. Now, you may be thinking, well, that's their job. And for sales and marketing and the like, you're correct. But what about other departments of your company? Like human resources. Do they ever think about generating leads? Have you asked them to do so? They may be so focused on their day-to-day tasks that they just don't think about generating leads. Or they may not feel empowered to do so, and it's your job to change that. So, once you let them know that they can and should submit leads, how are you going to incentivize them and encourage them to be on the lookout for new prospects? We'll cover that in a little bit too. Action number 3. Action number 3 is to create leaderboards for your account managers. Teams tend to love friendly competition, and seeing their names move up a leaderboard can quickly boost and motivate activity. Leaderboards can be used to measure really any KPIs, and they provide immediate feedback to the team and to management on how the team is doing overall. Action number 4. While competition can drive activity, so can simple thank yous and good jobs, especially when they come from fellow team members. So action number 4 is encourage and provide a way for your team members to share kudos with their peers. Create an environment where not only is good work promoted, but actively acknowledged. That's going to boost morale, it's going to increase productivity, and it's going to generate revenue from increased sales, less downtime through sick time and stuff, and less employee turnover. So encourage them. Okay, before I jump into action number 5, I want to thank you for sticking around and listening. Hopefully these actions are generating some brain juice, and that's making you think about ways you can tweak your company's culture and see real change. So the previous actions have been focused on internal changes. Let's take a look at some external engagement actions you can take that will give you a boost. Action number 5. Dormant leads are frustrating. You've put a lot of time and money into gathering leads, and to see them go stale is never a fun thing. One way to re-engage prospects is to ask them for their opinion. We all know everyone loves to give their opinion. It makes them feel heard and acknowledged. So action number 5 is run a set of surveys with rewards for your dormant leads. It's a great way to not only re-engage them, but to also learn from them what their pain points are, what they missed about your product or service when it was offered, and it can be a goldmine for feature suggestions that can make your company thrive. So, get their opinion. Action number 6. As you learn more about what customers need, want, you may decide that a webinar or other type of informational meeting can help not only answer questions, but give you a true chance to interact even more with potential clients. A great way to boost attendance for these type of informational sessions and generate more leads at the same time is to run a sweepstakes. Now, as I said, sweepstakes can not only boost attendance, but they can also help prime the pump for extra engagement during your webinar or meeting. Because you see, you've already had some sort of perceived interaction. People will feel that they have a connection with you and with your company prior to the webinar or meeting. they'll have begun building trust, and trust leads to more sales because, as we all know, people buy from others they know, like, and trust. Action number 7. Now, we've all heard that keeping a customer is far more cost effective than trying to create a new one. And while we should work to keep clients engaged during their entire life cycle, let's face it, it can become difficult to do so. But action number 7 can help keep clients, and it's the simple act of offering an incentive, such as a gift card, for early renewal of their contracts. So why does that work? Well, not only is it a great way to say thank you for being a customer, it's also a great way to check their temperature, before they reach the end of their contract. If there's a problem, then you now have an opportunity to correct it, win back their trust, and keep them. So, action 7, offer a gift card for the early renewal of contracts. Action number 8. I mentioned earlier about re-engaging your dormant leads and connecting with clients to incentivize them to renew earlier. But how do you know who your at-risk clients and users are, both customers and employee-wise? The best way is action number 8. Use analytics to cluster your users and proactively connect with the at-risk ones. By evaluating analytics, you will be able to see who's engaging, who isn't, who's referring, who isn't, etc. Once you know that, you can have teams reach out to them, offer them discounts to engage in further activities. Action number 9. So speaking of analytics, another use of analytics is to see what activities tend to motivate current and new customers. So action number 9 is to use analytics to identify and incentivize the actions which actually motivate customers to buy now. As you identify these activities, also consider how you can get these actions shared with other teams and reduce your sales cycle. Action number 10. All right, first of all, thanks for sticking with me as we've gone through these actions, the ones that can boost your B2B sales this quarter. Like I said earlier, hopefully these tips are sparking some ideas for you and you're starting to formulate a plan for some sort of implementation. One implementation idea would be to create white papers and other industry-specific helpers, and then using this action number 10, which is create a word-of-mouth buzz for these materials, rewarding industry leads when people share them. You can do this by using a platform that creates a unique sharing link and tracks who shares what and when. So there you have it. Oh wait, I got another idea. Bonus action tip that I just thought of. Since you're already tracking who is sharing what and when, you're doing that, right? You should be. So assuming that you are, indeed tracking and using analytics to tell when someone is sharing and where you need to offer a special thank you when your customers are mentioning you on social media and other outlets, that's the bonus tip. Offer them a thank you. That's a great way to get them to create a buzz about you, your company, your offerings, your service, anything really. So reward them for mentioning you. Okay, there you have it. In today's video, we've covered 11 actions you can start taking today that will boost your B2B sales for this quarter. If you have any questions, please reach out to me directly. Also, can you think of any other ideas for boosting B2B sales? If so, leave them in the comments below. And again, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so we can share even more tips with you. Thanks again.